Hey everybody, how's everybody doing today? Welcome to my Thursday live stream where we do photo editing. You send your pictures in and I edit them live here during the stream, and then also I put my picture out there for you guys to download and edit, and it's always a lot of fun to see what you guys have done. And we're here just to kind of have a good time and not criticize or critique pictures, but just edit them and see different perspectives on how I would do the picture if it were my own. And I'm always open to suggestions in the chat section. If you want me to try something, I can give it a shot. But I do try to limit about 4 minutes to each image, give or take, so that we can kind of get through them all. There's usually a lot. Today is not too many, so we might be able to take a little more time on them. But in any case, let me move this paper. Let me get everything set up here. God, my desk is so disorganized. Ah, dang it. That's not good. I wanted to show you something. I thought this was magnetic, but I started taking my lens apart and I took all the screws out so it would dry out faster. It is drying out faster, but now I lost one of the little metal washers. Oh, I can't believe that happened. Oh well. I mean, oh, here it is. All right, I got it. So tiny. It must be brass or something because it's not, yeah. It's not sticking to the magnet like the other washers are. I don't even know where the washers go anymore. I assume with the tiny screws, but they kind of fell out before I got a chance to see where they fell out from. But I've been trying to dry this lens out. It's getting there, but I don't see a way to clean the inside without really, yeah, this lens, it's a total loss. It's a mess. This was my 12 to 40 Pro. Some of you guys probably know what's going on with that. It got soaked. Okay, let me set up the screen here and we'll get started. So I'll pick that one and that one. Zoom in a little bit. Just a little bit more. All right. Okay. All right, so let's see. Scott's here, Alberto, Steven, Flying Fish. Oh, hey. Merry Christmas, everyone. Nature, good to see you. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, Elaine. Oh, the Trio 28. That'll be that's a good focal length for Lens Baby. I wasn't that familiar with them when we were talking about them in the last stream. I just remember they had a 50, which I thought was a little bit too tight for Micro Four Thirds. Yeah, Lauren, I destroyed my 12 to 40. And then Nature says, just use the magnetic screwdriver provided with my replacement TerraMaster external Thunderbolt drive to fit 2 hard drives in position. Working great. Good. TerraMaster. Wow. Yeah, I should invest in a decent external hard drive solution, but I've just been kind of just doing patchwork, hodgepodge, just buying external drives and sticking them on through the USB ports. But anyhow, I don't have a Thunderbolt port, so having multiple external hard drives might be kind of wasted. All right, I just need to organize the desk a little bit. Okay, I'm not even on the right screen. Hold on. Here we go. Awesome. So, without further ado, let's get started here with Stephen Page. And we used a EM10 Mark III with the 14 to 42 kit lens, 14 millimeter f3.5. All looks good. And Oh, Peter Breaks, you're in Thailand. Wow, that's cool. Something's not right about this image, the way it's cropped. Let me see. That's weird how in camera, because this is the in camera crop, this yellow line usually. But this is a JPEG. All right. So you've already processed this to some extent. It says here DxO maybe. Um, so I like the... Hi, Ann. How are you? I'm glad you could join us for the photo editing live stream. Let's see. This is already composed and cropped pretty well. Let's see if that... I do want to keep the original crop. So I don't think we need to crop it any more than it is. And the lines are pretty straight. Processing's pretty good. There's not much left to do here, really. Uh, I'm thinking. Lauren says crop takes in top and bottom. This is good. Yeah. It's already pretty solid. I mean, I can't imagine. I mean, the only other thing would be to focus in on just this part here. Just to go a little tighter, because all of this doesn't add much to the scene. And this lamppost is interesting, but it's the way it's placed, it's blocking, you know, it's kind of just blended in together with this building. So, and I don't like how this dog is blended in, but it's not as bad as this light where it's kind of halfway in the sky, halfway on the building. So I'm just going to crop that out just to try something different. And also I want this line, this corner, to be kind of going this way. What is this down here? Some kind of bike lock. So that's the crop. Oh, hold on. Hello. Hey. Oh, okay. Right, right. Yeah, all right. I'll bring that along. Okay, see you later. Bye. Okay. Going to a friend's house tonight. Uh, okay, so I've cropped off a little bit too much. Maybe right there. And processing wise, I don't think anything needs to be done. It's pretty much, maybe just work with the shadows a little bit. You know, bring up the midtones and pull the blacks in a tiny bit. Then we'll do a slight shift. I'm going to pull a little bit off on the reds. Maybe a little bit more in the highlight. And let's go with green, do kind of the same thing. Just to give it a little bit different feel. Just pull. And we'll call it there. So mainly it's just in the crop. Maybe add a slight vignette. And add a little bit of sharpening. I could do maybe, I just feel like it's a little bit too gritty. I need to pull off a little bit more, a little bit less contrast. All right, so let's do a before and after. So Yeah, I think the picture on the left is just the framing is not quite right. Whereas the picture on the right, the way I cropped it, at least, the bottom left corner is sort of leading you into the scene to the top right. So if I were there, I would have composed this a lot differently to get a little bit stronger effect. Like I would have had this lamppost separate from this building, so I would have had to move over a little bit to the left, and then include more of the sidewalk. There's just a lot of different things I would do compositionally if I were there. Um, so this crop on the right is the best I could do without being there myself. So okay. Um, yeah, it keeps the depth. Just the vertical crop, right? Makes it work. Okay, let's do the next one. But yeah, it's a good shot, Stephen. Let's see. Here's one from Scott. Right away, I see something here. I don't know what that is. EXIF data, we have EM1 Mark II with a 12 to 100 f4 at 80 millimeters f5.6, 1/250th. Yep, excellent settings. You use spot metering in silent frame. Okay. I've added some extra EXIF data here just to see how you guys took the picture, so that maybe I can offer some other suggestions, as we're going along. But that looks perfect, Scott. You did a good job with taking the picture, I think. And it's just a little bit bland. I don't understand this mushiness. Maybe you got the noise filter set up too high? No, not that. Let's just throw the sharpness back in. Let's do some dehaze. And okay, so that's closer. Then compositionally, let's see, we have some repeating patterns. We have some texture here. And then we have just this background. This compositionally is not working for me. Uh, Again, I feel like there's just way too many elements that your eye is competing for. So let me just explore narrowing it down to just uh, I don't like this either. But this narrows your eyes down to just what the patterns are, because we don't really have any composition. All we have are patterns, and they're all disjointed. So I feel like something like this captures all the different patterns we need. This texture here, this repeating pattern here, and then this green as a spacer. And we lose the entire story of the image though, right? So maybe that's a problem too. Uh, yeah, the bottom's not great either. Let me just look up here. Maybe I can get what I need up here. Now I got one of the corners right. Okay, this is it. So now we got the repeating pattern here. We got rid of the mush in the front. Let's add some dehaze. Or this needs to be a little warmer. And yeah, some more dehaze. Let's pull off some of the, where's my white balance? I need to pull off some of the yellow. So maybe not quite that warm. Let me try this. I know I ran out of time, but I want to, I'm just not getting the white balance I want. All right, let's add some clarity. Because I want a little more separation of this pattern here with the greens in terms of color. So let's see, if we go into the greens and we push the greens a little stronger in the shadows maybe, and pull it back on the highlights. Let's do the same thing with the blue. Let's add some highlights in the blue. Pull them down right there. If I can't get the white balance right, I'm just going to go with the monochrome and use a, let me reset this. Add some vignette. Okay, I think that, all right, I'm gonna have to stop here. I just spent way too much time trying to figure out a composition. But there's the before and after, and it needs to render a little bit. But yeah, it's just way too many things going on the left side. So with this crop, at least this bottom right corner, you know, frames the image a little better. And then the rest of it is showing you all the different, I guess, tones that are available in the image. I wish I could have incorporated this part somehow, but I didn't see a way to do it vertically or horizontally because of this big giant patch right here. So I think this works best right here. I think that looks pretty good. All right, let's go to the next one. Let's see, we have one here from Bob. And this is the M5 with a 12 to 50, 50 millimeters, 1/160th, ISO 200. Yep, all looks good. No complaints there. And wow, this is another one that we have some interesting, these look like they used to be trains and then converted into sheds. But they're not. They're barns. So I'm gonna get rid of this barn. I gotta think about what I'm gonna keep here. I like this little patch here. There's nothing here in the grass very interesting, so let me see here. No, let's try 16 by 9. Okay, we're getting there. What is this gray field back here? All right, I'm going to go with that. Definitely some dehaze and some sharpening and some clarity. A little bit warmer. And I'm feeling like sepia again. I mean, I kind of like the reds. I don't know if, oh, I don't have partial color here. Let's see how the reds look. Wow, that's a little strong, isn't it? Um, so I just have to back it off here. Add some vignette. Maybe cool it off. I went too far. Man, this thing is running slow today. Um, let's see, we are, I mean, I hate to do black and white again. Put on a red filter to pop out the, yeah, this works better. I don't know what else to say. Um, and then just push this up a little, pull this down some more. All right, that's about 90% there, I think. So really with this image, um, I was just trying to bring out the little barns there the best I can. Got rid of the barn on the left, and then process it to bring out the tones the best I can. Honestly, I think one I didn't try. Let me see if I have it. This one. Yeah, that's better. And then I don't need to pull these quite as much, but a little bit more in the shadows. There we go. That I think works. That brought the tones out really well. Okay. They're old railway cartridges. I have one in my garden. That's cool. Yeah, they kind of look like railway type things. Um, oh, hey Bob. Good to have you here. Um, let's see. This one is from Randy. I bet he's using his new 100 to 400. Yep. And this is the M1X at 123 f5.6 1/2000 ISO. Oh, you probably could have went with a slightly lower ISO. And gone with 1/1000th of a shutter speed because this duck is not moving. But okay, good settings though. I think you finally nailed it because I know you're complaining about the about your first set of images you took, but no question, you nailed it now. So let me put in auto gradation to bring out some of the shadows. And let's do a simple crop. Maybe there. I kind of like the tones in the water. And let's just pull in the sharpness. Yeah, I know the ducks move, Lauren. I meant he's not moving very fast, so you probably could have used a slow shutter speed. I have to take everything Lauren says tongue in cheek, though, you know? I need to bring up the shadows a little bit. Let me see, did you dial in anything? No, nothing there. So let me see how that looks. Oh, I didn't put my timer or nothing on, but that's all right. Let's see if this luminance can pull any of the greens out. And let's saturate the oranges. And the only other thing is a pop art filter might bring up the brightness a little. Let me see. Yeah, a little bit. And then we'll pull it back off here. It's a little bit too strong, but that's okay. I can pull off the saturation a little bit here. I think that's about it. And maybe if I brighten it, let me see. I'm just a little disappointed that this is crushed down so much. I'm going to brighten it and then pull it back with the tone curve. Let me reset that. Yeah, I can't do it. All right, I think that's it. So let's do a before and after. I clipped the highlights a tiny bit here. Just a little bit here. I mean, these feathers are probably super white anyway, but looking at the reflection in the water, I can see there's some detail here that I might have lost. This is weird, this little shadow. What is this? Why is the duck's on? Huh. It must be a way the water's reflecting and pulling his head, because it's kind of a weird reflection in the water there. But there you go. Okay. Um, cool shot though. Good clean shot. And see, John follows. What did we do here? EM5 Mark III, 12 to 45 at 20 millimeters, f6.3 1/60th. Yep. All good settings. That's an interesting tree there. And oh, thank you, nature. Just trying to see what is all this stuff. This is a partially cut down tree. This is some kind of water or steps. Yeah, maybe a bridge. I don't have any sense of scale here. But clearly this tree is the subject. So it's a matter of isolating this tree from the rest of the frame. All right, let's go with that. Ah, I don't like this gap over here. Now we lost it. I might have to go, let's try a square. But this might be too tight. Didn't mean to tilt it. Ah, that's not working either. So let's go back to the vertical. Okay. Add some gradation back in. Go with the monotone definitely on this. Yeah, red filter again. Ton of dehaze. And actually, I don't know why I'm trying so hard. Let me see what this does. Oh, no, that's not gonna fly. Yeah, that's too strong. So I'm not. Where's my green filter? Let me go to red, red, red. No, no, no. Let's try green. Because I lost all the tonality here, which was interesting. All right, that's best I can do there. Let's do before and after. You know what messed up my framing were those trees on the left. And so I feel like I almost don't need that tree on the right anymore either because I lost the ones on the left. but it's just a little bit too tight. So I think what I might have done differently is just got down a little bit lower so that these branches don't touch these branches. That way it'll isolate this tree against the background. Um, and then you wouldn't have so much foreground here either. And then just walked in a little bit closer with a little slightly wider angle lens. What did you use here? I forget. This was a zoom, 12 to 45 at 20. So yeah, you could have probably walked in a little bit closer and gotten lower, a little closer, a little bit lower, and shot up a little bit to get to isolate this tree a little bit more against the background. And I think that would have worked. But that's what I could do with the way it was. All right, let's see. Yeah, I was framed. That's right. This one here, another one from John. Similar framing, similar settings. F8, 1/125th at 12 millimeters. Okay. I mean, same camera and lens. This one, I like this. Again, I think you need to be a little bit lower. This is a little bit too top-downy for me um, to lead into the frame. So I'm gonna come up on the frame a little bit. I don't think we need to be that close. Maybe. Yeah, I think that works a little better. And then take a little bit off the top. And again, there's only, well, this is a nice patch of red. I don't know if I can bring that out or not. Let me see. Not really. See where the tones are. Okay, I think I know where I'm going to go. All right, so sometimes I use the art filters just to see the extremes of the colors and the tones, even though I'm not going to use it. So I'm definitely going to go black and white, though. I like that. I'm so partial to black and white. Then just dehaze the heck out of it. And I think if I use a green filter, that might blacken this out a little bit. Let me just see how that looks. It's okay. It's the best I'm going to get from that. I do want more in the midtones. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I know where you're going with that nature. It's a little bit flat, but I'm gonna spice it up here in a second. Let me see if I can get the gradation right. We might do color, but there's only green in there. I didn't think the green was any better than just black and white. All right, I'm gonna look at it in color one more time, but all right, we'll stay with this. If we're gonna go color, I'm gonna do this then. And then I need to pull off some of this yellow. Maybe add a tad of magenta for the water. And let's pull the blacks in a little bit more. I need to shift the greens a little bit. The greens are just too yellow. So let me pull them back a little bit. Make the yellows a little more red. Oh, out of time. All right, let me just slap a vignette on and we'll call it. So I think the left side would be better if you were lower and had a little less sky. This image would work, but since I don't like looking top down at water like this, so that's why I cropped in mainly. And now actually you can see a little more detail in the rocks and things, and a little bit of adjustment to the colors wouldn't hurt. A little more adjustment here, but I think we're about 90% there for editing. So I think, yeah, I think that came out all right. Um, Although I still think black and white would have been the way to go. See, if we look at black and white, let me see. Either way, yeah, I'm not. All right, let's move on to the next one. I can't, yeah, this was the final edit, right? That looks okay. All right, let's see. Here's one from Image Writer, and we use the M10 Mark II with a kit lens of 14 f8. Yeah, all looks good. Silent frame. Okay. Wow, there's not much to edit here. So let me just crop in a square. Let me pick one interesting set of leaves. How about this corner? This corner is interesting, the way the light splits. Let's try a little wider. Okay. All right, let's add some, let's make it vivid. And some dehaze, some sharpening, and maybe a soft focus. And then pull the highlights and shadows down. The natural, it's a little bit too strong. You think the left side is better, Lauren? Maybe. I'm not seeing it. Maybe. Let me pull the light off. And pull the color back some more. There. Steve says lower. Lower? These blurry leaves down here? Are you kidding me? Yeah, these are all blurry. I can't really use those. I'll just cut in a little bit right there, because at least these are kind of sharp. And then let's punch up the reds and we'll call it. Oh, I don't have red color here. Maybe a little clarity will punch it out. Just a little bit. Not that low. I think right here is good. I don't know how much the delay is, but I'm going to stick to this because there's really nowhere in this image the leaves are really all that great. I think I think that's it. All right. Uh, I think that's it. I can't do. Okay, so we'll call it right there. So yeah, just basically cropped in on some leaves and adjusted the shadows and highlights. Um, but yeah, there's not much going on in this image because the leaves are blurry. It'd have been better to have really clear focus on one leaf or two leaves that were sharp that you can get some detail and then let everything else fall off to the background. But this is kind of opposite, right? The front part of the image is blurry, so it doesn't fall off anywhere. And then when you get to where things are in focus, they're too small to really see any details. Um, so I think, yeah, compositionally, I would have focused on the front here with a big couple leaves and then falled off towards the back. But this is kind of backwards. All right, let's see. We have one here from Lauren. Oh, I like this soft colors here. GX85 at 61 millimeters, 1/1000th. Dialed in a +3 EV. Interesting. And it's cropped in. So clearly some straightening. And with boats, sometimes it's hard to straighten because, the masts are all, the boats are in water. So some masts could be straight, some could be crooked. Um, but maybe 4x5. Right there. And man, we got a ton of noise in this image here. It's like it's been over sharpened. Um, so let me pull back a little bit on the red. And a little bit in the orange and blue. And I don't know if, just gonna see if I can just get rid of some of this noise and add a little haze. I I think that's a little better. All right. Let's see, this yellow, this red, and maybe I pulled the reds back too much right there. And then we'll just pull this a little bit more. There we go. Now it looks really foggy. Whoops. Let's try this again. Come on. 5x4, stay there. Come up. Come down. There we go. Let's see if a vignette helps at all. This way or the other way? Maybe the other way. Yeah, just a tiny bit. And crank up the yellow and orange a little bit more. A little more in the blues. All right, I think that's it. So there's the before and after. So yeah, clearly just a tighter crop. And then I just added some softness to the image because it was very, very grainy. It might be hard to tell on YouTube, but when you punch in, you can see a lot of sharpening artifacts here, particularly in the clouds, right? So I just wanted to kind of get rid of that and just soften it up, especially right in here. I think it looks better. And then I pulled back the reds and cranked up the yellows and blues, and I think that looks good. Okay. Yeah, thanks, Lauren. I think that did clean up pretty well. I feel like it just needs a little, well, maybe a tiny bit to haze. Yeah, there we go. Now I'm done. Perfect. That's perfect now. I just needed a little more detail in here, but not lose the fog up here. Okay, let's go to the next one. Yeah, beautiful shot though. I really like that picture. Let's see, Peter Oddie. Oh, hey, Walter, how are you? Merry Christmas to you and Deb. EM10 Mark II with a 14-42 kit lens, 42 millimeter f9, 1/250th ISO 200. All looks good. I would have shot this like at f5.6 and gained a couple of stops of shutter speed, but because f9, the image can get a little soft, which I'm seeing a little bit here, but that's okay. Let's add it back in here. Turn off this filter. And I'm gonna crop. I'm gonna crop out all this fence and just focus in on this kid. Let's see, maybe we'll stay 4x3, but what if I do that? Okay. And let's see where the colors are. Oh, that jacked up the kid too much, though. Okay. Red. Why am I losing some shadow detail? Let me try that. All right. Oh, I'm out of time. All right, so let's go before and after. I didn't talk much here because this was a mentally challenging image for me. I don't know why. I just couldn't think out loud and edit at the same time. Um, I lost the whole story. I didn't see any story in here, but let me go back and look. Let me see what you guys are talking about. I got nothing. Um, well, let's do before and after and see. We'll let that render out. I mean, the only story in this image is this kid looking at his tablet on the rocks. I don't like this fence. Where's my mouse? I don't like this fence or this sign. Um, this building over here. I just wanted a frame right in here. It's a little bit blue. I'll have to back off the split tone a little bit, but I think that came out good otherwise. Maybe a little softer. A little bit softer. So just push this up a little bit. Right there. Um, crop in less so the circle remains. I don't see a circle. Unless you're talking about this circle, but this has, I just don't like this fence. Okay, well there's my edit, Peter. It's the best I could do, but there's some suggestions uh, in the chat section there that might work better, but that's what I came up with. All right, let's see. John Bartlett, awesome. Look at like maple leaves or something here. Uh, this one should be pretty straightforward. Let's see what pop art does. And let's, if I can square it off, that would be nice, but I might be chopping too much off if I do that. Yeah, that's too much. So we'll stay 4 by 3 and just come in off the bottom, right? And oh, you tried to preserve the circle in your edit. Okay. Yeah, I'm not seeing the circle unless you're talking about that whole thing. But like I said, because the fence was in it, that's why I cut it out. Um, Let me vignette the heck out of that. Throw some sharpness back in. Pull off this noise filter. Oh, I didn't look at the EXIF here. EM5 Mark III, 14 to 150 at f6.3, 1/400th ISO. So yeah, I would have backed off to ISO 200 and used half the shutter speed, but good settings otherwise. Yep, those all look good. Um, yeah, we're good here. And then just brush out this one stick. Oops, right there. A little bit of shadows. Oh, yeah, that's a good point, Demorkin. If there's a little breeze, you do need a faster shutter speed to freeze the leaves. I totally didn't think about that. Hey Jeff, how are you? I think this is it on this image. That's all I need to do. Just a light pull here. No, I shouldn't have done that. I think we're okay. And just back off the color a little bit. Maybe about 1. Okay. So there's a before and after. It just needs to render a little bit. But I think that works right there. Nice color pop and a little bit of crop, and got rid of this black stems up here and just went with the red stems, right? Okay, let's go to the next one. And we have a waterfall. This one is cut off though, and I don't like this log that fell over. Oh, thank you, John. I didn't know you were here. How you doing? Good to see you. I'm glad you like that. It just needed a little bit of work, that's all. And then Lane is still here. Oh my goodness. Let's see. I think this right side of the falls is where I need to be. Just come in and see what happens. We definitely need to get rid of this bright corner. Oh, what did you buy? Did you buy the 60 macro, Elaine? Um, yeah, that's that's crap. What does that do? What did we shoot with here? I didn't even look. EM10 Mark II with a kit lens, 14 millimeter 1/5 ISO. Yep, that all looks good. Um, Excuse me. Suddenly got this tickle in my throat. Oh, this is yours, Peters. How are you? Using a variable ND filter. Okay. Um, Maybe a slight tilt this way. I'm just trying to find a composition that I mean, I don't like the top part too much. It's kind of like right in here. Maybe a square. No. My original crop on this left side, I think, is it. Um, okay, let's make it a little bit, we need a little bit off the color, the white balance. I'm not sure if it needs less yellow, tiny bit more magenta. And some vignette. Okay. Um, Steve says straight through the middle. I didn't see the other composition that I liked. I like this better, but maybe let's see what we got. I mean, I like a lot of things in this picture, but they're not working together. So you need to be more on the left side or more on the right and a little bit lower and capture more of the water in the bottom of the stream here. Down here we need more because it's just too much up top. And we need a little more space on the left side. But other than that, I think it's almost there. It's almost there compositionally. Just a little more bottom left is what we need. Okay. Okay, Lauren, we'll see you later. Thanks for coming in. Merry Christmas. Definitely a very Merry Christmas to you, Lauren. Thanks for being here. You know, all these streams and submitting your images. It's been a great year. Thank you. Um, okay. You just like the trees. No angel hair. Yeah, I get that. All right, we have an elf, or what do you call this guy? Dwarf from Kilowin. Need to let this render a little bit. And we use the EM5 with a Leica 25 millimeter, 1.6, ISO 2500. Wow, pretty low light. Sure, Peter. I'm glad. Hopefully that helped a little bit. Let's see. Let's just go dreamy again and add some white vignette to it and pull in some of the shadows but not too much. Right in here. Pull off some of the color. And just come off a little bit on the left. I think that's all I can do here. A little bit more pull here. Right there. Okay. And we'll call it. So, yeah, not much to do here. It's already cropped in really tight. So just make it a little softer. And man, he looks sleepy, making me tired. And a white vignette instead of a dark vignette just to soften it up even more. And I think that looks pretty good. Okay. All right, Elaine. Merry Christmas. We'll see you next time. I'll be back on Sunday after Christmas. All right, let's see. We have some Christmas lights. I think, let's see, should have dialed in like a -1 EV, and that would have brought the lights in a little better, I think. But um, 1/3 of a second. Wow. ISO 200. EM5 Mark II 12 to 100. Okay. So not bad overall. But let's see. See, these are way too bright. Compared to this, these are actually exposed pretty well. Okay, Bob. We'll catch you later. Thanks for coming in. We're on the last image. I know today's probably a lot of people are going to parties and things, so it's not a great day for a stream, but um, I was free in the morning, so I said, why not? I'm gonna go maybe a little wider. And come in a little off the left. Okay, let's see what that looks like. That's too wide. Let's try a 3x2. Okay, I like that a tiny bit better. Some gradation. Okay, I'll look for it, DeMorkin. Um, and these are really dark. I'm going to do this, but I want to pull the darks in just a little more. Oh, you heading out, nature? We'll see you later. Yeah, have a great Christmas, nature, and Happy New Year. Thanks. I'll be back on Sunday, but if I don't see you again, Happy New Year too. Um, I think right about there and there. Just a touch. And then soft focus again. Just a little bit of the haze. And tiny bit of vignette. And I think think that'll do. Yeah. Just a little bit more off the left side here. Let me go over here. No, I think I had it right the first time. All right, let's call it right there. Um, so, what I really like is the way the light was hitting the grass. So I wanted to bring that into the image. So that's why I did the auto gradation, and then the soft focus just gives it that dreamy effect. And then I pulled up the shadows a little bit so you could see all the lights in the background. Just a little bit softer back in here. So I think that looks pretty good. And I like the framing. I don't like these gaps that are here. So I always crop those out if I can. I wanted to crop out the gap right here, but it was too tight, so I had to back it off. But yeah, I think that came out okay. And then let me pull up the Morkins real quick. Oh wow, there's a few more in here. Ula, what time is it? 12:50. I got a few minutes. I can do these. Um, I think I got that. Well, let me go into Lightroom. Let me just make sure. Maybe I already downloaded these. Download. Into pictures, live edits. Download. I don't know what. All right. Yes, I'm there. Okay. Oh, so this is what what you're looking at here is my edit of the picture I sent out for you guys to edit. That's not the original. The original was uh is it gonna show or not? There's the original. Okay. 1 second. Let me swap my battery out. Oh. Okay, so there's the original on the left, and that's my edit on the right, more or less. I didn't finish. I didn't finish editing, but that's the direction I was going with my picture. So let's see what you guys did. Well, hold on. Let me resync this folder. Synchronize. And see if I have anything I missed here. Okay, here. Let me he's red. All right, so there's one here I need to do. This one, this one, this one, and this one. Okay. So these are ones I haven't done yet. So we'll start here. So D50, oh, this is from Alberto. D50 200, 18 to 55. Yep, good settings. Long exposure, 15 seconds. Wow. Um, man, I don't think I need to be a little bit cooler here. Let's see, this is almost a twilight shot. So let's bring in the blues. Yeah, right there. Pull in the highlights this way. Just make a tiny, now I think right there is good. And let's auto straighten. And I think compositionally, I mean, I like the lights over here, but hey, Logan, how are you? Um, let me look at these lights over here. Nah, that ain't gonna cut it. So I'm gonna go right there. Ugh, maybe a square. Oops, I didn't put my timer, but that's okay. All right, I'm gonna go with this crop. And then let's so about okay. Let me start over. That's a little bit too heavy. Okay. It just needs something here. Okay, a little bit more here. All right, I think not crazy about this color here. Let me see if I can tint this a little bit. Yeah, that's better. And that's not working. All right, time's up. Let's call it right there. um, okay, so there's the before and after. Yeah, some hardcore white balance. It needs to render. Come on, let me just punch in so it'll render properly. And yeah, the sodium lamps, that makes sense. Shows I have no idea about life, but that's um, that's where I would go with this. It's a little bit too cool. I'd warm it up a little bit. I think Alberto's right. It's a little bit too cold, but um, I think, yeah, I think that edit works overall. Okay, let's see. I have some action scene here. D7100, 14000, ISO 100. Yep, all good settings. With the 80 to 200 f2.8. Good. That's from Ula. What are they doing? Putting out a fire or something. Must be some kind of exercise that they're doing. Because he looks way too calm. These guys are way too calm. So this is like a training exercise, I'm sure, um, of some kind. But hold on. I'm sorry, guys. Hold on. I tell you, I told my mom I was busy, but she had to come and interrupt my stream again. That's all right. Just to bring me some fruit. I mean, I can get it later. So let's see. This one doesn't need a lot of editing. It's kind of good the way it is. It's cropped. I mean, it's really good the way it is, I think. Um, Maybe just add some drama to the smoke there. And I think that's it. Oh, that's okay, Ula. I didn't know you were here. How you doing? Um, maybe yeah, just a little more drama to the smoke, you know? Brush in some highlights like this. Make them a little bit warmer. I mean, that's kind of a waste because that's now it's less of a documentary type photo than it is. And then let me just back off the color a little bit. That's it, really. I don't see much else I can do. So there's the before and after. Since I didn't crop any, I think that's all we need to see. I just brought up the shadows, basically, added some contrast. Uh, but it's a great shot. I think you composed it just right. I mean, I can't see the rest of the scene, but the way it is, it looks fine. Okay. Yeah, right. Logan, you said it all right there. It's kind of news photography, but I think they're training. It doesn't look like they're too worried about the fire. So it might be a training exercise. Let's see. We have here Demorkin EM10 Mark II with a Lumix. All right. Just a raccoon, huh? Sneaky bastards. Okay, so we'll do a vertical crop and just have the food in there. Maybe maybe a square actually. We don't need so much negative space like that. And let's denoise it some right here. A bit of sharpening in there. And let me click the auto. Oof, that did a terrible job. Okay, let's see. Let's, let's push it. Oh, he likes to watch you guys eat. That's cool. Um, yeah, that looks better. I wish the greens were a little bit stronger. Pull that highlight in, pull some blacks in. A little more shadow. Oops, not there. And pull some highlights in. Okay, add a vignette and I'm done. maybe pull off a little bit of vibrance. Okay. Create virtual copy. Reset. Compare. All right, so there's the before and after. Um, I think, yeah, just basically eliminate the extra plates and most of that wall on the left. And yeah, crop and magic, right? I need to straighten it a little bit more. But yeah, that's pretty much it right there. That's cool. You have a little raccoon buddy. All right, last one here before we go to viewer edits. And this is from Dawood. Okay, Dawood. This is with the Panasonic. I know, Dawood, you're using Darktable, but I'll have to start using Darktable. Let's see if I develop this. Let me just auto this. Oh, you're here, Dawood. How are you? Merry Christmas. Let me straighten it out some too. Okay, I'm leaning towards a vertical again. And then just crushing the blacks here. About there. Maybe warm it up a tiny bit. Just to make it a little warmer. Now let's make it a little softer. Like so. Now that might be too much. Okay. Okay, some vignette, and we're done. Okay. Uh, did I do that right? All right, there's the before and after. Yeah, the bottom here is cut off, so I couldn't really use this side of the frame. And so I just went to this one side and tried to crush the background a little bit, by crushing the blacks and then just showing what's in the front of the window and soften it up. And I think that works. That works okay. It's a nice display. Um, Yeah, I think that works. That works for me anyway. All right, let's look at the viewer edits. DeMorgan says, I have 26 years of Photoshop, still using it for most things, but some photos I know Lightroom Photo won't do what I want. So I use Darktable more. I love Luminous. I'm making all those mess. Oh, okay. Hmm. Um, Now let's do the viewer edits. And you guys already saw the original. This is a late entry. Who sent this in? This is from Alberto. Okay, Alberto, good job. Straightened up all the lines. Um, so you did some keystoning. You didn't crop in at all, except made it wider. So a little bit off the top and bottom. And yeah, good editing on the color, I think. Definitely brought up the shadows and everything. So that looks good. Good contrast. Nice clean edit there, Alberto. Nothing to complain about there. All right, let's go to the current image, and let me just show you one more time the original. It's easy enough to drag in. Here's the original image that I gave you guys to edit. Turned out to be 100 meg TIFF. Sorry about that. That was not my intention, but I like this. This is a very vintage, filmy kind of look to it from, let's see. Um, okay, Ula, good job. I like this editing. Um, it looks almost film-like, but more vintage film, like 1970s kind of look. And it's a good crop. This is exactly how I crop mine when I edit mine. And this one here, pretty much the same crop, but let's see. Where's the info? Alberto. Okay, Alberto. Good. Very mild, very soft edit. You focus mostly on just cropping out the corners, which is really the most important thing in this image, right? Then everything else, you just adjust the taste. Um, but I'll show you what caught my eye when we get to an image that, or an edit that kind of exemplifies that. Wow, this is crazy. This is crazy wide. Okay, Bob. I can see where you would go with something like this, though. This would make an interesting wall art, something you'd put on your wall if you're gonna crop this wide. I like it. I like it for that. Definitely, definitely I think that works for a different kind of look to the image. And this is wow, this is same thing really, but a little bit tighter from Ian. Okay, Ian. Yeah, you had the same idea I think as Bob. This would make an interesting edit or an interesting wall type photo. If you have a long hallway and you want a long picture, you could put this in there. And okay, this one, yeah, I'm not digging this crop. I like the processing though. The processing's very you can see all the different colors. This is from John. Okay, John. Yeah, I like this. You can see that this tree is not just red, but there's some oranges in here. And then the colors down in here. So in that sense, I really like this edit. But this crop, I'm not a big fan of. It just feels too heavy on the right side somehow. The balance is a little bit off, but I like the color processing. And wow, man, everybody's going with wide crops here. That's interesting. I would have never done that. I can see how it works. This one's from Randy. Okay, Randy. Another one with a wide crop. Wow. And yeah, good editing. The colors are much stronger here, more saturated. Excuse me. Okay. Um, wow, another person went with this crop. That's interesting. And you have a little GIMP in there. Who's this from? Dawood. Okay, Dawood. Did you use GIMP to edit this? I haven't used GIMP in years. Oh, you cropped it to mimic the shape of the bench. Okay, that makes sense. I get it now. I totally see that. Um, this is another crop where the left is just too light. I feel like there's just it's out of balance to me. But the processing is pretty awesome. The colors and everything. Definitely brought all the colors in good contrast, I think. Um, oh my God, what is this? This looks like a Dave Nelson or Surge edit. This looks weird. It's like a reverse negative of the colors, right? So the reds are now green and the greens are now red. So this is very interesting. You sort of did a reverse, it's almost like a negative, color negative. Okay, flying fish, we'll see you later. Yeah, energetic puppy and hyperdrive. That's right. That dogs are important. You need to take them for a walk, definitely. So thanks for coming in and Merry Christmas. But yeah, this is something, right? Let's see. This is from Image Writer. So Image Writer, you just kind of reversed the colors, it looks like. Interesting. All right. This Image Writer again, because the crop's identical, right? But this time you did a normal edit, softened it up, so a little, pulled the clarity back, right? Yeah. Okay, this is a little more in line. Yeah, looks good. Let's go to the next one. Wow. All right. I'm not digging this one too much. This image, oh, Marcel. Wow, Marcel. It's a little bit too much. It's like too much negative space, I think. Um, but this is oh, excuse me. This is the most important part though, right here, where all the light is. But I feel like there's just too much negative space otherwise. Let's get a little bit more detail. Okay. Yeah, I mean it's not bad actually. It's kind of growing on me. Interesting. Okay, let's move on. Um, yeah, this is a lot better at it, Marcel. Or I like this one a lot better, I should say. You still have the same negative space, but the colors just really separate it a lot better. I like this a lot. Yeah, this looks really good, definitely. And I like this yellow patch in the back. That's what caught my eye when I was editing it was this little bit of light falling in the back, but everywhere else is kind of normal. Nah, what is this? This is some kind of oh, excuse me, it's a flag. God, at the end of every stream, it's like after about 4 hours, the coffee wears off. So I crash pretty hard. Who's this one? This is Kilowin. Okay, Kilowin. Run out of ID and coffee. That's crazy though. Okay, that's an interesting edit. Red, white, and green. Or red, blue, and green maybe. Oh, we did that. Oh, look at this. This is cool. Um, yeah, this is a great edit. I wouldn't have thought the crop in this tight myself, but it does focus in on. I just love this light in the background and the way the tree leaves are so red. Surge, good job. I would have guessed Surge. This is an awesome edit, Surge. This might be my favorite one actually. Whoops. And this one, wow, this is interesting. I like the leaves, how they're very almost painted looking. This is a good edit too. Is this Surge again? Yeah, Surge. I like this. I don't like this crop, but I like this editing. let's see. Okay, wide crop here, nice and tight. And it's okay. It does kind of, I think this one, when you look at it more in full instead of in this frame, it looks better. But it just feels a little out of balance, you know? But I know what you mean by not trying to center the bench, but because there's no leaves on that left tree, it just, somehow this crop is not working. I mean, it kind of works on the right side, but the left side, I just don't like all that branches. It's this one. This is from Steven. Okay, Steven. I don't know. When I look at it, this is a little better cropped than some other ones I saw where we were kind of cropped on the left and right like this, but it looks better when I look at it on the screen here than when I look at it over here. All right, let's see what else we got. Yeah, this crop is interesting. A lot of people are going with this. I don't know why I'm not seeing it. This is a little bit like Surge processed it. Oh, Dawood. Okay, Dawood. Good job. I really like the processing here. It's kind of a muted, look, and the crop is interesting. I can see where it kind of works, but I'm not seeing it overall. I'll just have to put these in the forum and see what you guys think, but I like and I don't like this kind of crop where everything is, the bench is off to the left. It's just weird to me. Okay, and then square crop. Okay, kind of a sepia, red sepia. What is this? Nice square crop. Similar to what Surge did. Okay, Dawood, this is a little closer to what Surge did in his square crop. But I like the processing before. Like if he did this processing and this crop, I think that would have been a winner for me. Looks like something you would hang in your bathroom or something, right? Or in your kitchen with this kind of processing. It's very, very flat, right? It kind of takes, it would work in the right setting, I think, as a print. And this one, wow, you brushed out the plaque and framed it. It's not bad. I'm so used to seeing the plaque. Okay, Scott, I'm so used to looking at the plaque. It looks weird without it. But let's say it wasn't there to begin with. This works. This is a vertical crop. This kind of works. It's still off center to the left though. I don't know why that feels off to me. It's got to be just me because everyone's doing it. So I'll have to really give this some thought. What am I not seeing? But yeah, this is an interesting edit too. Oh, wow. This is really soft, very muted. I really like this. See, and it's a nice center crop. See, this crop I understand. I don't know why everyone's doing off center. But let's see who did this. DeMorcan. Okay, DeMorcan. Oh, you're still here. This is beautiful. I really like this one. Very, very soft, muted. Like you got rid of all the tones of the light and just made it kind of a flat, non-contrasty image. But then you worked with the colors in a way that just made it very pleasant. Yeah, this is really nice. Yeah, high key. Thank you. Yeah, I like this. I like this look. Because I never do anything like that when I edit. Most of the edits I do for you guys are low key, high contrast, right? It's just kind of my go-to, but I need to learn how to edit like this, where it's low contrast, high key, low saturation. So I like this one. This is probably my favorite now because this is so different than what I do. And I like it, so I need to learn how to do it. So yeah, that's the end, I think. I really liked Surges too. This one. I don't know. It's between this one and Demorkin's. I think those are my two favorite edits because there's symmetry. And then the most interesting was this, the way Bob just went with the bench. What he was saying is that he cropped the frame the same as this bench is in terms of width. So that's why this is kind of interesting, I think. Um, yeah, Demorkin, and I think you're the guy that's like pushing the white balance to 15,000 too, right? Um, so interesting. Okay, these were all really, really good edits. So must be I gave you a decent picture to work with this time because sometimes I give you one and the edits are just they're interesting, but they're not as diverse as this. This was a very, very lot of different edits here. So awesome. Okay, I have to run. Um, Yeah, so that is you, right, DeMarc, you're pushing the white balance way high. That's a very interesting technique, um, to just go crazy on the white balance. I guess we can do anything. But you guys have an awesome Christmas tomorrow or day off, whatever it is for you tomorrow. I hope you have a good one. And I'll be back on Sunday. Thanks again for sending your images in for me to edit. I always learn a lot when I'm editing your images, and I also learn a lot when you edit mine. Hopefully you learned a few things too. But either way, it's been a lot of fun, and hopefully we'll see you again soon.